She passed away, the day before Thanksgiving, and we found out that today. Her son was a little boy at the time, the man now he works at, First Castle, and he contacted me today, and told me his mom had passed away, and we had a nice little, text chat. And I knew him as a young man, and I was involved with, in life for a period of time. But you know what he said to me? He said, "Thank you for all the stuff that you taught me." Wow. I haven't seen him in 15 years. You know, but he wanted to let me know that his mom had passed. He said, "I'll let you know when the memorial service is." And he said, "Thank you for all the stuff you taught me." And I just, it just kind of, it really did just kind of set me back a little bit. It was good, you know, because what I speak, what I teach, I want it to be personal. I said this on Facebook, and I was talking to someone else the other day. To me, this is not a job. This is a calling. And as I was talking on Sunday on how to get rid of stagnation in your life, you know that you need to come to the place where you know that you were born to do this, and whatever this is to you. And this message actually kind of ties into that. How to live a good life. Everybody wants to live a good life. If I said, "Hey, I'm here, we want to live a good life," I guarantee you, every hand would go up. We all want to live a good life. Okay, so my question is this: if we want to live a good life, why do we spend so much time sabotaging our future by playing into the enemy's hands today? If we really truly want to have a good life, why do we spend so much time sabotaging our own life? We say we want to be healthy, but yet we eat unhealthy. We say we need ample sleep, but we stay and watch TV till 2 o'clock in the morning. Hello?
Come on.
So I tell you, we're gonna make this personal, huh? Yeah. You know, really, think about it. We say we want to live the good life, but yet we do the things that sabotages our good life. We want to live a good life, but we bring people into our lives that are not helping us live the good life. They're helping us live an average, okay, mediocre, they're bringing down to their standards life, that we are not pushing ourselves to that which is good, and that which is holy, and that which is right. I want to make this personal. I want to talk to you, and these are very questions I talk to myself about. I was talking to another friend of mine just a couple days ago. Married. He loves God, his wife loves God. But there's this, everybody look at me, there's this constant struggle going on in the relationship. So I asked him the same question I've asked many of you. I said to him, "When's the last time you spent quality time in prayer with your wife?" He said, "I can't remember." He said, "I prayed for her." I said, that wasn't my question. I said to him, and he didn't even live in this state. I said, "When's the last time you really got in the trenches and prayed and for your wife?" And I would say, if I was talking, I would say the same thing to her. No, I'm not saying do we pray for our spouse and pray for our kids. When is the last time we really deposited something in their life? Now listen, we say we want to have a good relationship. We want to have a good life. But yet we're sabotaging ourselves because of our feelings. Yeah, because of our emotions. You know, because of things that we claim we can't get rid of. If the King lives in us, if he's on the throne of our life, come on, then God wants to bring us to a different place. Here's the question I wrote down in my notes here. How many years does it take a chef to learn how to boil an egg? How many years does it take a carpenter to read a tape measure? How many years does it take a real fisherman to learn how to bait a hook? Now I'll tell you something, if that chef, if that carpenter, if that fisherman has been doing this for 20 years, and they still don't know how to read a tape measure, still don't know how to bait a hook, still don't know how to boil an egg, there is something wrong.
Come on.
Am I right?
Yes.
So now, we, not you, if we claim that we know God and we want to live a good life, why are we sabotaging ourselves with mediocrity? When we know what the answer is, but yet we just can't find time to do it. And then our world falls apart. Tell you something, in order to get the good life, it is going to cost you something.
Yes.
It's not just going to happen. It costs you something. I just heard someone say, we got to put in the work. I'll tell you, parenting is work. Hello?
Come on.
Tell you something, marriage is work. Hello?
Yes.
Serving God is work. Matter of fact, then we got to work out our own salvation. So, you got to talk about work. In order to become proficient, I'll get down to your verses in a second, but in order to become proficient at anything, we got to learn to do it right and keep doing it over and over and over and over again until it becomes natural.
Yes.
You know what I said? In order for us to become proficient at anything, I didn't say you just gotta learn, you just gotta do it. You gotta learn to do it right. And once you learn to do it right, you keep doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over again until it becomes natural. Why does it seem so easy for you? Because I've done it for so many years. Because I had to come to grips with reality in myself. That my own nature is not trying to get me to live the good life.
Come on, that's right.
My own nature is not trying to help me live the good life. The old nature is trying to help me live a mediocre life. And God never created you for mediocrity.
No, come on.
God never created you for mediocrity.
Good word.
Okay? So does a good life consist of, acquiring all the latest toys and gadgets and, traveling to exotic places, living in the biggest house in the neighborhood, being a success in business or making good investment? Is that really what the good life is all about?
No.
Or is a good life those that are sick, they're battling disease or condition, and they start looking towards building good health? That's a crazy good life. Those that have trouble with their children. The good life is that everybody in your family is serving Jesus. Hello?
Yes, come on.
Yeah, that's a good life. I mean, really, all of us, myself, wouldn't we love that to be our response?
Yes.
That everybody in our family is serving Jesus? That's ideal. Oh, but that is not just going to happen.
Come on.
We've got to work at it. We've got to create it. I've got to put the time in for that to happen.
Right.
I try to put the time in, even though many of my grandkids are thousands of miles away, but just about daily, there's not one or two of them speaking their life, and they're watching some of the things I put on Facebook, and they say, "Papa, I wish I was there with you." I said, "I wish you were here with me too." And I told one of them the other day, I said, "Yeah," I said, you and all the creative kids, we could serve God together here. That's ideal.
Amen.
Okay. Tell you something, but you're gonna have to want that.
Huh?
You're gonna have to want that.
Yes.
You've got to want the good life. I mean, you gotta want it. That's a good idea, a good feeling. You gotta want it. I mean, you gotta get hungry for it.
Indeed.
Want it. Living a good life is a journey. It is progressive revelation, and it moves into realization that all the possibilities that God has in life for you. Okay. We're still talking about getting rid of stagnation, but we're talking about coming to a place of you getting into the good life. Let me give you the definition, God's definition of good life, and I would say it can be manifested. There's a way that we can still live a good life. Some things you need to know. Okay, you know. I'll just call this number one. Write this down. In your notes, you put it in the back, put it in the front. Number one, the good life is God's plan for you. The good life is God's plan for you. I'm going to show you in the scripture that is the will of God for you to start enjoying a good life. In the Amplified Bible, in Ephesians chapter 2, verse 10, that's the first thing we have you know, it says, "For we are God's own handiwork, his workmanship, recreated in Christ Jesus, now that we're born anew, that we may do those good works which was predestined, planned beforehand for us, taking the path which he has prepared ahead of time, that we should walk in them, living the good life which he has preordained, or prearranged, and made us ready for us to live." It's the plan of God, it's the will of God for you to live the good life. If for no other reason, we should experience a good life because God has planned it for us. If for no other reason for you to start striving to live the good life is because you're lining yourself up with God's plan. This is God's will for me, to live a good life. Wow. I want that to sink in. I want that to kind of go deep for you, because if we get a hold of this is a life-changing revelation. It's something that God really wants us to understand. God has already ordained a good life for you. Amen. Wow.
Thank you, Jesus.
Yes. God has already ordained a good life for you. In Jeremiah chapter 29, verse 11, in the NIV version, it says, "For I know the plans that I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and to give you a future." Jeremiah 29:11. That's God's plan. Let me tell you something about God's plan. God's plans always work out.
Amen.
Hello? God's plans always work out. You need to watch this by way of internet. You can't see, I got this cute little 2-year-old just down here behind that camera just smiling at me. She won. Daddy just said she just won, but she's paying attention. There you go. Let me show you 7 things in this verse. 7 things in this verse that I really want you to get a hold of. Number 1, he has already planned this good life for me from the very beginning. He's already planned from the very beginning your good life. He says, I know the plan I have for your life. Okay. Here's my question. Okay? Are you cooperating with God's plan? Is that rage, that anger, that resentment, that stuff that you claim you can't control, is that aligning with God's plan? If not, then we need to step back and renegotiate some things in our own life. I need to line myself with God's plan. Number 2, the second thing. God's plan has always been to prosper you. God said, I know the plan I have for your life, cause you to prosper. That's God's plan. He wants you to grow. He wants you to be blessed. He wants your health to be restored. He wants you to, he wants you to start living in good health. He wants you to start making right and wise decisions, right choices. From the very beginning, God set a plan in motion, and that plan was to prosper. And the third thing, God never included in his plans to harm you in any way. In God's plan, he never planned to harm you in any way. Yeah. Okay, now, are we cooperating with God's plan? God's plan wasn't to harm you. Are you doing things that's harming yourself? Because that's not, God's plan was never to harm you. In that relationship that you're in, are you building that relationship or are you harming that relationship? If I'm harming that relationship, then I'm not cooperating with God's plan, because God's plan never included harming us. How are we doing?
Good, good word.
Just trying to stay some stuff in us. The fourth thing in that same passage, God always included hope in your life. Matter of fact, I want to include not only that, but in spite of what it looks like at the very moment, God still plans to give you hope. You got hope. Somebody needs to hear this morning. This is going to work out. It might be tough. It might be hard. Matter of fact, if I can say this message was born, of course, with the scripture, but this message was born out of my spirit, because this is where I'm at right now. But that's not bad. I don't necessarily like being here, but that's where I'm at right now. And you know, I'm standing in my hope. Hope's in him alone. Wow. The fifth thing, God's plan always includes a future. Isn't that good? God's plan always includes, when God set a plan in motion, God looked at where you are now and God set a future in mind. Wow. You'd be amazed what your future's gonna look like.
Come on, hallelujah.
Yes. You'd be amazed what your future's gonna look like if you knew. I was watching Mark Levin the other night, and anybody know the My Pillow guy? Yeah, Mike Lindell. Matter of fact, and I saw this years ago when he's doing his commercial. I don't know, many people don't see it. He's running across on his necklace. I didn't know anything about it, but I listened to his testimony. He was a crack addict, strung out. And he said, without any mentioning any words, he says, God came into my life and God changed me and God delivered me. He said, and now I set up a corporation and I'm trying to help other crack addicts get delivered. He said, and all the business I've done, he said, God gets the glory for it. He says, I tithe on every dime that I get. And I was showing Pastor Chase tonight, the guy is worth $300 million. He was a crack addict. Why? Included a future. Amen. Oh, you need this. God kind of includes the future. The sixth thing in that same chapter. God knows what he is doing when it comes to you. God knows what he's doing when he comes to you. When God comes to you, he comes to you different than he comes to me. Because we're different people. And he is saying, what you're going through right now is going to be difficult, but for a long time you've been on this side of the lake, and we're in the process of going to the other side, and you obeyed me, you launched out into the deep, and now you're in troubled waters. Be still and know that I'm God, because I know what I'm doing with you. Amen. Wow. God knows. And the seventh thing in that same passage. God will not only give you a future, but he will also give you the future that you hoped for. He'll give you the future that you hoped for. So as we start walking in obedience with God's plan and do things God's way, God begins to open up doors. again, Jeremiah 29:11 says, yeah, God says, I know the plans after your life, says the Lord, to give you hope, give you a future, give you an expected end. But now, if God said that, there is a part in there that I've got to play. It's not the fact that God's going to do all that stuff. God says, listen, I've already set it in motion. I've already got things in place. But now there's something you have got to do. There's some change that I'm not going to make these changes for you. There's a decision that you've got to make. Here's what Proverbs chapter 10 verse 16 says, and the New England and the English version says, that's Proverbs 10:16. If you live right, the reward is a good life. If you are evil, then all you have is sin. If you live the good life, the rewards. If you live right, the rewards is a good life. Let's see. Live right, and our reward is a good life. That's a no-brainer.
Amen.
That's not rocket science. That's just simple. Live right. And you'll start living a good life. Deuteronomy chapter 4 verse 39 in the Amplified says, know, recognize and understand, therefore this day, and turn your mind, your heart to the Lord is good in the heavens above, upon the earth beneath, and there is no other. Know this. He says, know this. Recognize it. Pay attention. Get your heart and your mind in the right place. I think I told you this a couple months ago. Tell you what, if we can get our heart and our mind in the game. So a lot of times we got our mind in the game, but our heart's not in the game. Other times we act like we got our heart in the game, but our mind's not in the game. But if we can learn to get our mind and our heart in the game, then I'm into this for the long haul. I'm gonna make it. It's tough. I'm gonna make it, but I've seen the victory already. I don't have it manifested now, but I've seen the victory. I am gonna get through this because God is a God that cannot lie, and God wants to give me a good life. Praise God.
Amen.
Praise God. The Bible warns us about being carnally minded.
Come on.
Talks about bringing forth death, but being spiritual brings about life. You know, I put on Facebook the other day because I was kind of humorous. I'm working out with the sensorial, and people come down and get their drinks and everything, and I'm working out late at night, and they know me, they treat me real well, and they sell hot chocolate down there, and I always go to hot chocolate when it's cold out there. So I went up to the bar this time, and I looked at the young man, and I said, let me have an L5. He said, yeah, right. and he went and got me hot chocolate. And then, listen, the issue was not 805, it's not whether beer or not beer, that was the issue. But because of the lifestyle that I presented before them on a regular basis, they just said, they really said, man of God shouldn't be drinking out in public. I'm good with that. Because I would never want the Lord to stand before people that I witnessed to. You follow me? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we keep the standard. We keep the standard high. That Deuteronomy 4 verse 39 says, know this well. Take it to heart right now. God in the heaven above and earth beneath, He is the only God there is. Obviously, live by His rules and commands which He has given us today. And it says, and it will be well with your children. That's pretty rich. Live by His commands, and ultimately it will be well with your kids. You know, I'm not asking for a response here, but how do you want a good life for your kids? Yeah. Listen, that's as good parents, that's what we want. We want a good life for our kids. Yeah. I know in this life they're gonna have their ups and downs, in this life you have tribulation, but I don't want my kids to struggle real hard. I don't want that for them. But I can't prevent a lot of stuff, but I can do something in advance to live a lifestyle before them. That they'll say, that's what I admire about my dad. Or that's what I admire about my father. I want to live that way. I want to make a real rich investment in you. Yes. I want to train them. Everybody look at me. I want to train them how they should respond when bad things happen. I want to train them that they don't have to react and yell and scream and fight and cuss, you know, and lower their standards when things get bad. No, you know, I'll tell you what, I've got my own room and I've kicked the bed and I've screamed and yelled and everything else. I've been there. But very seldom do I do it in front of people. Oh, Pastor, you're kind of a hypocrite. No, I'm wise. But I am not going to pull up the seeds that God allowed me to plant. Are you following me? Yeah. I want to live a good life. Let me see if we can start wrapping this up. 1 Samuel chapter 12, verse 23. Okay? You want to live a good life? You got to learn how to start praying for. You got to start learning how to praying for people, not just praying for yourself. Praying for people. Praying for others will always lead to a good life. 1 Samuel chapter 12, verse 23. And as for me, I will never stop praying for you. If I stop praying for you, I would be sinning against the Lord. I will continue to teach you the right way to live the good life. Everybody in this room, even to the youngest babies in this room, I pray for you. I call your name before God. I ask God to bring your face before me, and I make intercession for you. And I hear a lot of stuff. You know, it ultimately gets back to me, and a lot of times I don't mention to people. It just says, now I know how to pray. Now I know how to pray. You've got to learn to pray. And as for me, yes, I would never stop. He said, I would never stop praying for you. If I stop praying for you, I would be sinning against the Lord. I will continue to teach you the right way and to live before you the good life. He that knoweth the right and doeth it not, whom it is sin. So if I could pray for you and sin. Job 42:10. You've heard me use this scripture many times. And the Lord answered Job, and he told Job, he said, I'm going to turn your captivity captive. Now I'm going to restore his fortune. When he prayed for his friends, also the Lord gave him twice as much as he had before. I want you to show you something really rich in this verse here. The Lord gave Job twice as much as he had before. Now you need to realize, first of all, this blows my mind. Job was a multi-millionaire before. And God gave him twice as much. I don't know if you got what I'm saying. This is huge. Job was extremely wealthy. It's interesting that 40, verse 42, verse 11, we'll come back to 10 in a second. It begins with then. That 42:11 says, then there came to him all his brothers. When? After he started praying for them. After he started praying for him, God blessed him so much that he gave him twice as much as he has had before. And then all his brothers came and his sisters, all that had known him before, they ate bread with him in his house. And they sympathized with him and comforted him over all the distress and calamities that the Lord had brought upon him. Every man also gave him a piece of money, and every man gave him an earring of gold. Wow. Even though Job went through a terrible heartache, Job still wanted to live a good life.
Yes.
He said, though God slay me, I'm still going to trust him. I can imagine what must be going. I mean, Job was a multimillionaire and he loses everything. And he still has the audacity to say, I'm still going to trust him. And when he started praying for, oh my God, somebody needs to get this. When he started praying for his friends, when he really started making intercession for other people, it opened the door for God to bless him with twice as much as he's ever had. I was reading this passage here, and I thought, because listen what it says in that John 42:12. And the Lord blessed the latter days of Job more than the beginning. He had 14,000 sheep. He had 6,000 camels. He had 1,000 yoke of oxen. And he had 1,000 female donkeys. Matter of fact, I was reading the Court of Today's Market, having all these animals mentioned, that he had between 30 to 40 million dollars.
Way back then.
Way back then. This is me. I'm just reading between the lines. Okay. Why would one man need 14,000 sheep, 6,000 camels, 1,000 yoke of oxen, and 1,000 female donkeys? Anybody got any idea? Because he probably was doing international trade. He probably had a transport business. They was transporting things. Why female donkeys? Because his donkeys, when he got blessed, his donkeys got blessed. And they started throwing other little donkeys. Something happens when we have a desire that I want to live the good life. I made up my mind. I'm blessed going out and blessed coming in. God has a wonderful plan for my life, and God is going to get me through this. And I'm just excited.
Oh, come on.
I want you to live a good life.
Yes.
Okay? I want to do things God's way and you live a good life. I've told all my grandkids at some point in time, and I'm not just talking to the grandkids that I have here. I'm really, the ones that are here. It's not rocket science. You be good, you don't get in trouble. You be bad, you get in trouble. You tell the truth, people don't love you. You lie, you get yourself in trouble. I've told all my grandkids this. I said at least 20 times. I tell you what, I said 19 times, because I don't think I told little Cyril that yet. Listen, adults. How long are we going to serve God? Till we start getting right. How long are you going to be in that trade? Or be in that master chef? Or be in that carpenter? Or be in that fisherman? Till we get it right. Tell you what. Boil an egg and read the tape measure and bake the hook. That's elementary things. We should be well beyond that.
Yes.
As long as we serve God. And we're still, as long as we serve God, and we're still poking our fingers with the same look. There's something wrong here. God wants you to live a good life.
Amen.
He really does. You know, as your pastor and your friend, I want us to have a good life. I want us to enjoy all the blessings that God gave Job. Because Job very close friends. And I close with this. Really, this is best for all of us, but Pastor Chase, this is a message for you. Son, live a good life.
Yes.
Live a good life. Not like I've done it. Not even like your mom and dad done it. Not like your cousins have done it. Get locked in with God.
Yes, hallelujah.
You live a good life. And don't let the world dictate what your good life is going to look like. Because God has set a plan.
Mm-hmm.
If I can say it this way in closing. Jeremiah 29:11. I know the plan that I have set to Chase's life. For Chase to prosper and be in health. To give you a hope. To give you a future. I've seen you. God is saying, I've seen you from the end.
Come on. Yes.
And the good life is yours. Because you pastor, good friend, I prophesy publicly to Chase out the ready. That's the will of God for you to live a good and prosperous life. I bless you in the name of the Father, and the Holy Ghost. Always want to stand your feet, let's pray. Father God, you're awesome. Yes, you're a good God. God, I bless, Lord God, these in this room and those who are still watching by way of social media. I declare this will of God according to Jeremiah 29:11, 12, and 13, that you have a plan. That plan is good. That plan is for breakthrough. That plan is to give them a hope, to give them a future. And I declare it to be so in Jesus' name. Lord, you said, Lord God, if we will decree and declare things, it shall be established. Yes, Lord, so I establish that over everyone on the sound of my voice right now. Right where you're standing. Hallelujah. Sarah Kate, I want you to lift your hands up. This is good. And I'm speaking this over your mouth, over your mother. Deliver in Jesus' name.
Yes.
Glory to God. Lord, not only over Pastor Gabriel, Lord God, but every other in this place. Be healed, be well. Make your mind up that tomorrow is going to be different than it's ever been. That you're going to start responding to the Holy Spirit and quit reacting to the flesh. Lord, we give you thanks. We bless you. Bless our fellowship that we have now as we celebrate Pastor Jason's birthday. In Jesus' name. Everybody say,
Amen.
Amen. Praise